All right, yo, what is up, everybody listening to the podcast right now? I have a very special guest with me. What is up, Bnates Gamer? Say what's up to everybody listening out there.
How's it going? How's it going?
I got Bnates Gamer in the house, and I also got Prag7 here with me. Say what's up, Prag7.
Yo, what's good?
So Prag7 should be joining the coming conversations, but I'm going to go ahead and talk with Bnates, bro. How is school right now, bro? I know you're in college, correct?
Yeah, I'm a junior right now. It's getting a little tough. I'm getting near the end here.
When did you graduate high school?
Huh?
When did you graduate high school?
I graduated high school 3.5 years ago, I think.
Dang, okay.
So.
You're oldie now. Now you stop playing. But what are you going to college for? What are you studying?
Right now it's I'm studying computer science, but the first 2 years are basically a waste, just because I've been literally just doing core classes like history.
Yeah, dude, that's so annoying. That's kind of what I don't want to go to college, because I know like the first like 2 years a year or first year is like usually just like things like core stuff. You know what I mean? Like things you need to do. Then you get to do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like the real major stuff. But I was gonna ask you. I saw you did a couple works on Bullet Force. What was your role in there?
Yeah, so actually not too many people know this, which is very surprising and kind of frustrating. But during the very, very early days of Bullet Force, I looked at it, I think from Joker. He made a video about it, and I took an interest in it. And I started talking with Lucas, who's the main dev over there. And I just told him, like, hey, man, if you need any help, let me know. And we didn't sign a contract or anything. I just helped him, and together we created like I made, like, I have papers on papers in my drawer somewhere of just all these ideas. I had like all these perks, I had all these kill streaks, ideas for camos, leveling system for the game. Like all of that essentially is in the finished product right now. Like the leveling system might have been tweaked, but all the perks, all the kill streaks, like the names, their function is all from my head. So he used to have a little credit section where it showed, you know, who did what and whose role. Because Sheriff Gaming, he did a little what do you call them? The little icons for the perks and kill streaks. So
I know
it's not there anymore. Yeah. For whatever reason, it's not there anymore. I don't know why, but it's just for people's knowledge to know that.
Well, look, if one day I do get Lucas on, I will ask him all these questions. But so you basically came up with like the perks and all that, and like the kill streaks?
Yeah, all the perks, kill streaks. I can't remember. It's been so long. I helped, like, the funny story. The blue camo, the see-through one, Spectre.
Yeah.
That was actually, I remember exactly. I was on a Skype call with Lucas, and he was coding something, and he was sharing his screen at the time on Skype, so I was looking at it, and he was working on camos, and he pressed some sort of button, and it made it like transparent, and I was like, dude, you have to make that a camo. And he's like, what do you mean? It's just see-through. I'm like, dude, just if you can, make that a camo.
That's actually one of the best camos in the whole game, in my opinion. I don't know. I think it's dope. And like how it looks. So that's interesting that you actually helped them out with that. I mean, what else did you help them with? Like just camo perks?
I mean, I know I helped a lot, like super, super early days, just giving them a ton of feedback. If I could find it, I'll honestly send you pictures of it or something.
No, trust me. I believe you. Trust me, for sure. Because usually when when someone wants to create an app or a game or something, they look for those like top YouTubers or top people that have an opinion and see what they think as to get it out to the fan base. But I mean, have you worked on any other games other than Bullet Force?
It's kind of a hush hush type thing, but I was in development on a separate game, but due to my leave of absence on YouTube, it's kind of been put on hold for me personally in my role in the project, but I think it's still going on.
Okay, so
I can't really say anything more specific.
Just because you brought that up, I do want to talk about. Go ahead and switch over to your YouTube channel. What did you take that? I mean, if you feel like it's too personal, you don't have to go into that. I kind of seen you did. I mean, you did go into the video. I did watch the whole video, but for those that didn't see the video, go ahead and explain a little bit of why they might see a little gap of why the little months in between. It was like, I think it was like 2 months. Was it 3 months or something?
Oh,
How
you're
long was it?
talking about the first gap I did.
Yeah, and then you see
Yeah.
the
That was when was that? Was that a year
it
ago?
was.
A
Oh
year or
yeah,
two ago.
let me look this up real quick. I
Yeah.
know, no, but I saw the recent one. I forgot how long it was. I haven't seen your
I
videos
think
in a little while, but then I started looking into it, and I was like, yo, he did take that gap, and I was wondering why I see your videos on my recommendation. You know, I used to either see them on recommendations or subscription box.
yeah.
Um, but I was wondering, it was like it was like 4 weeks, right, of not uploading.
Yeah.
So talk a little bit about that. Like for those that haven't watched that video, that might go subscribe after this.
I mean, I think it was a year ago when I took a huge break. And it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't my idea per se. It was more of due to I don't know what it is. I think it's due to genetics or something.
Right, right.
But I had some sort of health issue that was affecting my function of just living life. So like anything I would do, like eating, sleeping, just even moving around, breathing, even was just really tough for me. So
Wow.
it's not serious. No one's died from
No, right.
that health sort of
Okay.
reason, but it's just I needed a break and I needed to focus on myself. So I did
Nah,
that
that's
and I lost a
good, man.
lot of weight.
Yeah,
And
that's super great. Yeah.
I
And I
lost a lot
bet
of
now you're
weight
ready to
and
get
then
it, huh? Now ready to get out these videos or
I mean, slowly.
slowly?
I went back to videos and then I took a break recently because it's just school's been hammering on me,
Right.
and
Mhm.
I've had some kind of things in my life that haven't gone right, like my dog recently passing away,
That's insane.
and I had some relationship issues, which is fixed now,
Right,
but
right, right.
just all of that combined, plus my numbers just not being very
Right. If I
well,
could
I
say this real
just
quick, sorry for your loss, by the way, on the
yeah,
dog. I know how
go
it
ahead, go
feels
ahead.
to lose. I said, sorry for your loss on the dog. I couldn't imagine me without my dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, we just got him, like, say, like a year ago, but we kind of got attached little by little. And I just want to say that real quick, man. That's crazy to lose
Yeah.
all that. I could just imagine, you know, the views, maybe the all that combined. I mean, I understand the leap of absence. But I kind of want to get away from that. It's kind of a little subject. What about these games? What do you think is the best one? Because I know you play Mortal Kombat 5. You got Fortnite Mobile. You got Armajet. You played Bullet Force. You played. What game have you not played? Like, can we make that list of games you have not tried? Like that's crazy. You have played every single game, which mostly FPS though. Which one was your favorite out of all?
Oh, that's I gotta say every game has its faults, but right now, if I had to just pick one out of all the games I played over the past like 8 years, I'd probably say, I mean, it's hard to say. The most fun I've had was probably Mortal Kombat 4.
Mortal
That
Kombat
was
4.
definitely that was
Okay.
definitely the most fun. But the most recent, I'd say, I mean, it's the most I was playing was Fortnite. Uh,
Yeah, I
among
mean,
all the issues
Fortnite
it
took
has.
over for so many platforms. For basically every single platform, Fortnite did take over. But for those that don't know, Bnates Gamer has been playing mobile games for 8 years, correct? Like, dude's an
Yeah,
OG. He's an OG. He's been playing on the first generation iPad, I believe. If I don't
yeah.
got my facts wrong. So you see, hey, I did my research. All right, so, but he's been playing forever. He's an OG YouTuber. I mean, you name it, he done it. You know what I mean? Every single game. So it's crazy. What about Mortal Kombat 4? You said that was your favorite. What was so good about it? Like, what was your number one thing about it that you loved?
Well, back then, just there weren't many competitors for Gameloft. Then it was just like they were just on top in terms of FPS,
Right. Okay.
and I don't know, the graphics were great, and I can't remember the devices back then. I think back then it was maybe the iPad Air came out or the iPad Air 2. I can't remember which one came out during that time, but it was just a huge change. I think then I wasn't on an iPad; I was on my phone, whichever phone it was, the 4S or the 5. Um,
That's crazy.
and it's just I don't know. It was a huge step. You know, there was a lot of issues with it, but it was still, in my opinion, the most fun.
Yeah, I feel like Mortal Kombat as a whole, like the whole series of it, kind of brought a lot of FPS. Like it's kind of like a Call of Duty Battlefield type mix. I mean, that's kind of more like Bullet Force also, but just Modern Combat has that feel. What do you think about Modern Combat Versus, though? I haven't seen you with a lot of videos of those, just a couple, but
Modern Combat Versus, it's a great game. The only issue is that I've told everyone that I stopped playing the game because they've kind of lost their opportunity of doing the right thing.
Right.
Whoever the higher up is at Gameloft, whoever's making the decisions, needs to look at themselves in the mirror and just slap themselves, because they do not know how to make a fair and balanced game.
Oh, snap.
I was there. They invited me to Montreal last year in, I think I went there around the end of October. And one of the lead multiplayer developers, Ollie, he took me to the side and he's like, listen, Ben, you don't know me, but listen, I like your videos, and listen, this is what we're going to do in the next few months. We're going to do this, this, and this, and this. It's going to be great. Like, the game's going to be completely changed. And I was like, okay, sweet. I can't wait. And then a couple months later, like, they changed a lot of things, but he didn't follow through on one of the major things, which was the fact that right now, and since the beginning, you could always upgrade your agents via, like, you can change their stats. You can upgrade their health, upgrade their damage. And he said that was going to be gone. That was going to be gone, and it hasn't. So it's been already like a year since the game's released, and I think they've lost it. Like, the game is just not balanced.
I mean, what if they come back, though, and they do change it? Do you think it got opportunity to grow, or that's dead? Like, it's gone forever?
I'd say it's gone. There's no way.
Yeah.
The fact that Fortnite is getting bigger, and it's not pay to win at all, it's all cosmetics, and the fact that Call of Duty Mobile is now coming out, like, I think they're gone.
Bro. Yo, let's talk about that real quick. Call of Duty Mobile. Like, that's so crazy that finally, like, I mean, of course, you know, you got Fortnite and all that stuff. We did a podcast on this already, but Call of Duty Mobile coming over. I mean, for those people that don't know, haven't heard of it, which I'm pretty sure they less. I know you got more info than I had. You had so much info when I was watching your videos and whatnot. What do you think is a big step for Call of Duty Mobile, like, coming on? Like, what do you think they need to do to surpass Fortnite?
Well, first of all, I'm pretty sure the game's coming out of China first, so I guess they're taking it slowly. I guess they're going to soft launch there and then slowly come to the US, hopefully. I mean, Call of Duty Online, the PC game over there, hasn't moved to US yet, and that's been out for a while. So I don't know. If they bring it to the US, then they just need to keep it rolling with updates and a lot of communication, because Fortnite, they're slowly doing it now more, but the mobile team at Fortnite, Epic Games, is not very good.
Yeah. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I heard from the community manager that the team is relatively new to mobile gaming. So coding mobile games, they're very new to it. So, which is why it's not as good as it should be.
Yeah. I mean,
but they're learning.
Yeah, they're learning little by little. I mean, they had a bad glitch with the pickup glitch and whatnot. They finally got it fixed, though. They got it out there. But now they got people saying that, like, the game freezes and people lag. This happened to me, too. Like, has it happened to you? I don't know if it has, but where, like, people start lagging in all the servers.
I haven't noticed it recently because I haven't played. I don't have an iPad anymore, so
right. Sorry.
But the only annoying thing, I never froze in the past. The only thing that really annoyed me was that freaking dark screen. When you'd play for like 5 minutes, your screen would automatically dim, even if you don't have auto brightness.
Yeah. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah,
and I
can't stand that.
All right,
I wanted to just jump in and ask Bnates a question. What do you think? What options would you think would be good to come into Fortnite Mobile? Like, what would you like to see in the future of Fortnite Mobile? What features?
Right.
Honestly, I'd like for them to treat mobile like PC. Mobile is it's very sophisticated in the fact that you can take it anywhere you want, and the fact that there's so many devices out there. Like, no one's on the latest because there's a new one every year. So I really want them to have a menu where instead of having it like a preset settings of what quality you want, I want it to be like actual settings, like shadows, you can turn that low. VSync, you can turn that off if you want. Like all that stuff that PC has.
Yeah.
So
That's dope.
if they do that, it'll be good, I think.
Also, I think the Epic team, the mobile Epic team over at Fortnite, tweeted something out. I think Merckx was the one that sent me the screenshot of controller support coming in and a future 60 FPS feature coming in. Also, what are your thoughts on that?
60 FPS, I'm excited for. I just hope that with all the bugs and stuff that the devices can handle it. I mean, the new iPad Pro should be able to handle it easy.
Yeah, higher end devices should, honestly.
Yeah. But in terms of controllers, I've always been against controllers for mobile. Just the fact that mobile games are more or less developed for multi-touch controls. Controllers don't really work. At least, I don't know. I haven't used controllers recently, but in the past, it's been absolute garbage just because it doesn't correspond well with the controls. Yeah. But I don't know. Who knows?
What was your favorite season?
I kind of have a on and off decision about like the controller support coming into Fortnite Mobile. Because, like, I mean, mobile is mobile. You know, it's mobile for a reason. You use your fingers, and the mobile gaming community is used to using fingers. And now that we have the claw, you know, now that we have the claw, you don't really, if you can get used to the claw setup, you don't really need a controller. Because, like, people will say, like, pro players on Fortnite, they have the they can go up against PC and console players using the claw, so I feel like controller really isn't needed now for mobile.
I feel like if they added controller, that would be such a disadvantage for people. I feel like if you're adding controller, the people using controller should be linked with the console players. That's just my opinion. Because if you want to play controller, play with the big boys. You know what I mean? Play with the people that are also playing controllers that can reach the same amount. Because there is a gap between controller and non-controller and like hands, fingers. Because fingers, they're on the screen. That means you got less screen space to see. With a controller, you just put it up in front and you got the whole screen to see everything around you. So, I mean, that's a big gap between it. And also your fingers can cramp up when you're playing on a claw and whatnot. So I feel like they shouldn't add controllers, like compatible. So that's just my view on it.
I'm a little worried, I guess, at the fact if they do bring controller support, if they do keep controller support mobile guys with touchscreen mobile guys.
Yeah.
If they keep auto fire, it's just gonna be hell. So
yeah, it is. Yeah. That's another thing I wanted to speak up on, like the auto fire thing. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Like they keep trying to put all these new things in games in general. So they keep trying to put all these new little handicaps for people who. I mean, if you have a disability, that's fine. But for players that just aren't very good and they have to use that, like it's just. If you want to use auto fire, then put servers that only have auto fire or something. I don't know. You know.
I think they should just take it out the game.
And mobile players already have a high percentage of aim assist. Plus the auto fire makes it kind of OP.
Super high aim assist, bro. That's aimbot.
I've learned one thing over the years is that when big companies, very big companies, like Gameloft, Epic Games, if they put something in a game, there's just no way that they're going to take it out, because as soon as they put something in a game, as soon as they do that, it splits the audience, their fan base. Bullet Force can do it. Like we had the throwing knives and the shurikens and stuff, and we removed them easy. Like that, we're like, they're a small team, like a small company, so which is fine. But if Gameloft took out, a gun or some sort of method out of a game, people would go crazy.
Right.
So removing auto fire, I don't think it's going to happen. But if they can, even if they nerf it, I wouldn't like it. If they can just put, I guess, separate servers or something, I don't know.
That would be a nice feature. Like I'm pretty sure it's on console. There you can use keyboard on console, but if you do use a keyboard, then you'll be put in lobbies with people using keyboards also. Yeah. So I think that would be a nice feature if they do add controller support to mobile. Just split them apart.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
All right, I just jumped in. My fault for the late, conclusion. But what's up, Bnates? It's your boy Mobile J. I just want to ask you. I saw the video. You say next chapter, not leaving. I just wanted to ask a couple questions. I don't know if it's been asked already because I'm kind of late in the party. But you said you got school to focus on. So I was wondering, like what classes are you taking? What's the major?
Right now, I'm a junior in college. I'm majoring in computer science, and right now I'm doing 4 classes. I'm taking a computer science class. I'm taking a calculus class. And then I have 2 cores. I'm taking a government class and a human anatomy, which is biology, which is the stupidest class I will ever take. And all of that is just a pain in my butt. It's freaking hell. But with that, I mean, they're spread out somewhat during the week, so I'm not too stressed. But it's still a lot of homework, and especially the human anatomy. I don't need to take it for my major, but I have to if I want to graduate. So.
Also wondering, so I know that you had like a second channel. I was wondering, whatever, like, what was up with that? You was playing like Call of Duty for a minute, then you just stopped. Like, what was up for that when you was having like, uploaded mobile and console?
Yeah. So yeah, I do have a second channel. I haven't posted on it, or I stopped because I am not very good at scheduling. Like, some people can do videos every Tuesday and Thursday or something every week. I can't do that. And the fact that I have 2 channels, I would tell people this. I would tell people I'm like a pregnant woman. I have very weird mood swings all the time. If I want pizza, I'm going to go get pizza. If I like this game, I'm going to stick with that game for a while. And then maybe in a few weeks or like 2 weeks or something, I'm going to switch over. So there was a time where PlayStation was very stale. I actually ended up selling my PlayStation because I needed money. And then I stuck with mobile gaming. And then I got a PS4 again because games are getting more interesting. And now I'm kind of stuck with Black Ops 4. So it varies every now and then. So I'm not very good with scheduling things. And the fact I don't have an Elgato anymore, so recording is kind of out of the question until I get a job, which I've applied to many. So we just gotta wait. I mean, I would come back to my second channel. I just don't have the equipment, I guess.
All right, pretty cool. And then my next question. So I know you said like you play, like 3 to 6 games on your channel. You played Order of Chaos, Fortnite, MC5, and everything. You said you're taking a break. Like, so what I'm trying to get to is like when you come back, what games like will you just like limit yourself to playing like 1 or 2 games and uploading to your channel, or is like you're gonna be like a 1 game channel and just like work with that, or like how is that gonna go when you return back to uploading?
There are some games right now which I kind of sat down one day, I think last week. I sat down and I wrote down a list of all the games I did on my channel, and then I basically looked at each game and I crossed out every game that I just was done with, that I think is too late for it and I need to move on. And 2 of those games being the Mortal Kombat 5 and Mortal Kombat Versus, because I think it's way too late. Like, MC5 just had a Battle Royale mode. I tried it. It's very early build, and it's just too late for that to even happen. I thought it was going to be a lot bigger because I knew about it ahead of time, maybe like 2 months ahead of time. But it wasn't what I wanted it to be. And then Mortal Kombat Versus, it's too late. Game's unbalanced. It's good, but it's not balanced. And then Bullet Force, I've been with Bullet Force for, what is it? I think it's been a year or 2 now. And it's just, I don't know. It's I have clips for a montage I was making, my last montage, which was gonna be like my goodbye Bullet Force type video. So that may be the last one. But when you have so many games, it splits your audience, and that's why I wasn't getting that many subscribers or comments for that reason, because I used to post Order and Chaos like all the time. And I still have like people that watch my videos that used to watch those. And they'd be like, I came here for Mortal Kombat, or I came here for Fortnite, and I just wouldn't post it. So it's better if when I come back, I basically give a fresh reboot to my channel and put like the games I'm thinking about right now are Fortnite and the new Call of Duty game when it comes out. So
Yeah.
All right, cool. Looking forward to seeing some videos, man.
Hella. Yeah.
So I have a question for Bnates. So now that we're seeing the Call of Duty mobile side come into the mobile community, and now that we've seen Fortnite and PUBG come in, what would you personally like to come into the game also? Like a console game or PC game that you really like that you would like to see on mobile yourself?
I would personally, there are a ton of games already out there that are exact clones, but
Yeah.
if they could come out with some sort of Overwatch game.
Oh my god, yes.
my
I would
gosh,
like to see that.
bro.
Yeah, there's one already on the App Store. I think it's on the Chinese App Store.
Yeah,
which looks
I think I've heard of it.
There's like 5 of them, and it's just it's really good. But Modern Combat Versus is kind of it, but not really.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if someone could do it, it's probably going to be Tencent Games.
Yeah,
Tencent.
Free to
They're
play.
on top of the development right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Hands on. Like if Blizzard comes to them, I mean, Activision's already went to them for Call of Duty, so I'm pretty sure they can go to them and be like, "Hey, make an Overwatch game." But I don't know. I don't know yet.
That would be insane, bro.
I would like to see a CS:GO come into mobile. I know Critical Ops is the closest thing to CS:GO, and it's pretty close to CS:GO. But I would like to see the official CS:GO come into the game.
I can't see CS:GO going into the game into mobile because like people already washed out on COps. They're washed out on Standoff. You know, I mean, even though CS:GO is CS:GO, they're related games. I think a game that will blow up on mobile would be something like Overwatch. Maybe you got Call of Duty coming over. I don't know, stuff
Rainbow
like that.
Six
What do you think,
Siege.
Nate? Bro, Rainbow Six Siege would be amazing.
Rainbow Six, there is a game. I don't know if it's the official, but I do know there's some sort of Rainbow Six game coming out.
It's a fake version. I think I've seen it.
Is it fake? I think I can't remember if it's a fake version.
The best, like if like 10 cents or someone else got a hold to it, it would be a lot more better. I played it, but it's like 1 out of 10 stars in my opinion.
Yeah. So he already plays it.
In terms of Counter-Strike, I don't think they would come out with a mobile version just because one, I see some technical issues with it. 2, I think that it won't be good for Apple's terms of service because they have a marketplace. I mean, it's Steam.
Right, okay.
But they have a marketplace where they trade skins and you can't gamble in the terms of service and stuff. You know, you can't have kids gambling.
Yeah. I understand that part.
I mean, there's another game, Standoff 2. I mean, Standoff 2 is a good game, but huge respect to whoever designed the weapon models, because those are the best weapon models I've ever seen in a mobile game.
Yeah. They look
they look pretty high quality. Yeah.
So I don't know. It depends what's gonna happen. Right now, my eyes are kind of set on the Call of Duty, and Fortnite is growing. So
It's growing pretty big.
All right. My last question for me. I've seen that you only uploaded like one gameplay of Standoff 2, and I just wanted to get your opinion. You know, like how did you like it? What's your opinion on it? Like, you know, the flaws, the pros. You know, what's like overall the game when you played it?
I like the game. Definitely the best graphics I've ever seen, but it's run by such a low number team. Like I'm pretty sure it's like a group of like 5 to 7 people making the game, and they release updates very slowly, which is understandable. And I don't know. It's really hard nowadays to have a very small team come up with a huge game. Like most of the time now, it's just huge companies that are making all these games that people are just hooked into, even if it's unfair or whatever. So I like Standoff 2. It's just when I was looking for a Counter-Strike type game, I mean that game, kind of like it. Just the physics of it aren't exactly Counter-Strike.
Why haven't you ever joined like a professional organization, like into any game? You don't think you're on that level, or?
Have I ever been in a team like that?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen you on one if I'm not mistaken.
A professional team?
Yeah, like
No.
Stars or Tribe or.
No, I think I had a reason for it. I never did it because I was more of I considered myself as a casual player, even though I'm very competitive.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I never got into it because I feel like I'd be one of those guys that would be like one of those Optic guys that would join Optic, and then after like a couple of years, they'd be like, you know what, I'm gonna go solo because I don't want like a tag in front of my name,
right?
Type guy.
Yeah.
So being my own self, like I like that better. But like if someone invited me to like a tournament or something, I'd do it.
You'll be in there, yeah, for sure. Is there any like any like crazy stories you might have like with Joker or like I don't know, with something that people don't know about? You might want to share or no?
Oh geez, I'd have to think about it. But oh man, I mean, I guess it's kind of a story. I mean, I used to have a lot of hate back in, I think it was MC4.
For what? Who can hate Ben?
I had a lot of hate back then, and it was from a lot of big YouTubers. I won't name anyone, but they would hate on me because I would say such good things about the Mortal Kombat series, even though the majority, I guess, of the community thought, differently. Mm-hmm. And as soon as MC4 ended, I mean, there's still videos online. You can probably find it of like very inappropriate videos of me and the old MC4 community manager. But when MC5 was coming out, soft launch, I was given an early copy to do like a campaign kind of let's play.
That's crazy.
And I did that, and I was, I think, the first one to ever get the game. Me and like a handful of other people. And as soon as it came out, I remember, before it came out, Gameloft decided to do a giveaway, which was the stupidest thing. They gave away like 5 early copies to winners who were watching their stream. And as soon as they did that, the people who won were just complete jerks. They shared their account and they let people download it. And then, the community manager got like pissed off, and everyone was just like telling me like all the haters that were like MC5, looks trash. And then they would play the game, they would download it illegally and be like, oh my God, it's actually pretty good. Like that really pissed me off. And some of those people were big YouTubers that I won't name again.
No, I understand. Yeah, for sure. I mean, the less the drama, the better. I don't know if Prague has any more questions. Do you have any more questions at all for Bnates?
I think I've touched up on everything I wanted to ask.
What about you, Mobile J?
Well, I do got. Well, this is my last question.
Yeah, like you said last time. Now you said that.
All right, this is the official last question. So, as far as like MC5, so like I was like, being around the MC5 when, like in the early stages, when like the Red 34 was like the most OPest gun at the time, when it was like just coming out. And I watched like, you going from like watching how MC5 progressed into like, pay to win. Would you say that they like kind of like messed up or like basically messed up the game by adding like all these new like classes and guns and stuff like this?
100% yes. If it's one of those things where like if I had an example, I guess I'll just use it. Like when MC5 was just a regular game, as soon as they added armors, me and a lot of other people were just like, whoa, this is like the coolest thing ever. New stuff, let's get all giddy and stuff. And then as soon as it comes out, you're like, wait a sec, this thing has different stats and it changes the game, and oh my God. So if they released the suits and everything, but like it was just cosmetic, I think the game would be in a better state. But then again, the game is kind of outdated now. I mean, they increased the graphics a little bit, but the suits and everything, like me going into a game right now, MC5 is like heads or tails. Like people have suits that give them 200 HP or whatever,
right?
Or like their grenades do poison or whatever. Like all these different things. Just it's I think it's too complicated. I've told them that it's just way too complicated. You guys should just made it simple. You know, and the fact that there's freaking like 10 classes, I think it's just a bit overwhelming.
Yeah. I definitely think MC5 was better in the early stages.
True.
Yeah, I definitely say so.
All right, so I hope everybody listening did enjoy this video. If you guys did, make sure to hit that like, hit that sub, turn on notifications. I got Bnates Gamer. You say what's up. I mean, we'll say bye, basically. And also, his channel will be down below. Say peace, bro.